What is going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. We're back on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare today to take a look at a new golden weapon review on the Spartan SA3 launcher. This is actually the oldest gameplay clip that I have on my capture card as of late, just because, well, I recorded this gameplay a very long time ago. I don't even know if I'm prestiged in this gameplay because I think this was my very first weapon that I got gold on. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been the Kendall 44, but I'm pretty sure it was this launcher just because it's so easy to get gold. But before we get into how to get this weapon gold and the weapon itself, let me recap how golden weapon reviews work. So golden weapon reviews, we're taking a look at each of the weapons in each Call of Duty game. Of course, we have an Infinite Warfare golden weapon review series, we have a Modern Warfare Remastered golden weapon review series, but say for Infinite Warfare, we're taking a look at each of the weapons in the game, primary, secondary, everything in between, and we're deciding just how good those weapons are. I've used all of these weapons personally. All the gameplay that you're seeing is my gameplay on my account, and the gold camo, although it doesn't really influence a weapon in particular, it doesn't change the statistics of a weapon, it doesn't make a weapon any better. It's really just there to show my experience with a weapon. It takes a little bit of time to get your weapons gold, even in this game where gold camos are relatively easy. I know that there's a lot of people out there that already have solar or black sky. There's a lot of people that already have diamond camos on a lot of their weapon classes. It's pretty easy to get gold camos in this game, but it still shows that you have a lot of experience with each weapon. And as this series is more or less opinion based, the gold camo is really showing off how much I've used a weapon and how acclimated I am to that weapon and how much I can help you guys in learning how to use these weapons to the best of my ability, or to the best of your ability, whatever you want to say there. But the golden weapon reviews are more or less opinion based. I'm not jumping all the way into factual content. I'm not going, this weapon does this much damage at this specific range and it fires this fast. I'm not getting super in depth like that. This is more or less all my opinion. It's more or less how I feel about the weapons, and I think that that is just as valuable as the actual factual content, because numbers, however finite they are, can be a little misleading in that you can look at a number and not exactly know what it means. Whereas when you have someone explaining to you what a weapon actually feels like, it can reach a lot more people. So getting into this golden weapon review, obviously I've been stalling a little bit because there's not as much to say about the Spartan SA3. It's a launcher, you can free fire it, you can lock on, it's pretty decent. Honestly, if there's any one launcher that I would highly recommend if you are going to use a launcher to anti-score streak or even to get kills with in this game, I would highly recommend the Spartan SA3. I think it's the best launcher in the game. There are only 3 launchers in this game. We've already reviewed the other 2, the P-Law and the Howitzer, and both of those are not really that great. They're kind of weird. The Howitzer is just complete AIDS. It's the worst launcher I've ever seen. Well, that may not be true. There may be worse launchers out there, but it's definitely one of the worst in recent memory, and it's definitely the worst in this game. The P-Law is a little bit better. It's usable, but it's not great either. Generally, with the P-Law, you have that charge, and then that charge is going to get you killed because you're charging up your shot before you can fire at infantry. If you're firing at score streaks, it doesn't do as much score streak damage. It doesn't have as much splash damage. The SA3, on the other hand, the Spartan SA3, which we're reviewing today, does do a significant amount of damage to infantry. It can kill an enemy if you direct impact them. It can do enough splash damage to get a double or triple kill off a flag. If you know that there's going to be infantry in a specific area, you can take this weapon out and fire it into that area, and you will end up getting a kill or 2. You can use this weapon on score streaks, and it will destroy score streaks very easily. Of course, being the only lock-on launcher in the game, it's spectacular for destroying score streaks. If you're going to destroy score streaks with any launcher, it better be this one, because this is the best one to use. It locks onto everything: shock sentries, UAVs, wardens, and it can take things down really easily as well. It can take down a warden in 3 missiles. It may seem like it takes 4 because the first shot the warden will release flares, but if you do free fire, you can take out a warden in 3 shots. So that's another benefit to this weapon, is you've got the option to free fire or lock on. With a lot of launchers in Call of Duty past, it's either lock on or free fire. You don't get a choice between the two, whereas this one you do. So you can free fire at infantry, or you can free fire at score streaks if you think you can destroy them. or you can lock on to score streaks or lock on to a score streak that is nearby to an enemy and use that to kill your enemy. I like to use this weapon and lock on to an enemy vulture, and then when the missile hits the vulture, it does enough splash damage that it will actually kill the vulture user as well. It's a very viable launcher. It's really great. It's usable. It's the best in the game, hands down. If you're going to use any launcher at all, you better be using the Spartan SA3. As for getting this weapon gold, it's pretty easy. There are a couple challenges. Destroying score streaks without locking on. You can do that on shock sentries, whatever, just run up and melee them, or you can use it on scarabs. Personally, I didn't find shooting down UAVs without locking on to be too difficult. I've heard a lot of people saying that they were really difficult to shoot down, but I shot down UAVs with the mayhem, okay? I got this shit in Advanced Warfare. Oh my god, 10 times worse than this, but the weapon itself is very viable. The challenges are pretty easy. You can get it gold really quickly. The Spartan SA3 is a 2 out of 5 on my rating list. I think for the launchers in this game, it would be probably a 5 out of 5 because it is the best launcher in the game, but compared to all of the weapons, which is how I'm doing the rating, it is a 2 out of 5. But that is it for today's video, guys. I will have a first look camo coming out a little bit later tonight on Modern Warfare Remastered, and then I think I'm going to do a live stream as well, so stay tuned for those. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.